The things that you're going to need is a bag of apples. I'm using Honeycrisp. You're going to need almond extract, a pinch of salt, a cup of light brown sugar packed, 2 teaspoons of allspice, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, 3 teaspoons of cloves. You're also going to need a balsamic vinegar or balsamic glaze. I'm using balsamic glaze in cherry flavor. It does taste better if it has a fruit flavor to it. A knife and a crock pot. So first you just dice up your apples, and it doesn't really matter how small you get them because you will smash them in the end. And just make sure to not put the seeds or the stem in there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add my pinch of salt and all my spices. And I know that I did not measure correctly because when recipes like this, I don't really measure. I just know by the look and the smell. So I tried to give y'all best guesstimates as I could. Now with the vinegar, the balsamic vinegar, you can use that. It is better to use a fruit flavored one or a glaze. Just remember the glaze is concentrated, so you don't use as much as you would just the vinegar. So go ahead and give it a good mix and make sure everything is combined. Once everything is combined, set your crock pot to high and put the lid on. I do not touch it until 1 hour or roughly, and then I give it a good stir, and then just put the lid back on and keep it on high. And then on the 3rd hour, I give it a good stir, and by now the house smells so good and smells like fall. And now you look at it and it looks to be cooking a little fast, which you do not really want. So I am going to lower it to low temperature now. Okay, now my apples are very, very soft, so I'm going to go ahead and just give them a mash. Now I like a chunky apple butter. Some people like it smooth. If that's the case, you can put it in a blender or use an immersion blender right in there. But I like mine chunky, so I just use a potato masher. So it's been 5 hours, and this is the color I like for my apple butter and the consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off, and I'm going to let it cool. Now, once it cools, I will store some of this in a Ziploc bag in the freezer to save for later. The rest of it, I'll put in a closed mason jar in the fridge, and it'll last for 2 weeks. Thank you for watching.